This week has been the best reminder of letting go, of living the life that you were here to live, making those decisions that maybe feel nervy and unsettling, but also feel exciting and open and wonderful all at the same time. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Melanie, and every Thursday I share a video about insights and wisdoms from my 10 plus years experiences in growing businesses, but from a place of being aligned, allowing space, trusting, rather than that hustle and that push, more of that pull energy, that magnetic energy. You may have realized it is a Friday. I am a day late, and I've been posting every Thursday since the beginning of this year. I made that promise to myself, and just yesterday, it just wasn't right. So I offered myself grace and I decided to show up today. So I'll share a little bit about what's been going on this week, because I'm just going to do like a different video rather than 5 top tips to this and have a hook and keep you engaged and all of the things that you feel like you need to do in order to grow a YouTube channel. You know what? I've been sharing for 6 months and I get 20 views, and I love every 20 person who listens. That's wonderful, and I'm proud of myself for showing up. But this time I'm just going to share, and maybe that lands differently, maybe it lands better, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter, because it's about sharing from your heart, isn't it, at the end of the day? But it's been quite the week, because I don't know why I've just suddenly got emotional. It's other things going on. Anyway, I'll get into that. So I'll take you back to last Sunday, and I had 2 messages that were super exciting. One from a friend who says, "Hey, I'm going to India. Do you fancy joining me?" And another message from my friend in Australia. "We're going to Europe for a month. We're looking for a dog sitter. Do you fancy it?" And it was amazing to get these messages, but it really just lit this spark in me. Now, I already knew that I was ready to sort of move on and maybe let this apartment go. I have a friend who's having a baby shower in August. I'd already told her, look, I might be going away in August. I'm just letting you know, I've got this feeling inside me that I'm going, and I don't know what, where, when, or how. It's just a feeling. I just want to let you know. The second clue I also had was that I always know this for me, but every month I have a nutrition delivery, and if I save the books, that means I'm getting ready to pack up my life. And I've not done that for 2.5 years. So I knew when I did that last month that there was just something inside of me. So again, this feels like very good, very true, very aligned. And there's something in there, isn't there? I mean, not the box bit, but just telling my friend, look, I'm going away in August. I can feel something coming. It's that putting it out to the universe. You're really shifting the energy, not just internally, but you're putting it out externally. And also there's an expectation to that. Like, I'm expecting this to happen. And I heard this the other day, like when you speak to God, source energy, whatever you want to call that, I come with that frequency of I am expecting this. And I think most people are taught that you've got to say, your pleases and thank yous, and maybe it's a British culture as well, where we're sort of like, oh, if you could, if you don't mind. But actually, when you're direct and you say what it is that you want, people know how to deliver it for you. And when I'm saying people, obviously I mean God, source energy. Because when you're direct and you say to source energy, this is what I want, this is how I want to feel, and I'm expecting it. I'm not just like, oh, please, if you don't mind, if you get a chance. Like, no, I'm expecting it. And getting used to that kind of energy is really powerful. And then through various messages, realized that actually India wasn't a good match. Not now anyway, but it definitely ignited something for me to go at a later day. I have been to India before, but it was with work. I went there as a dancer, so very different. It was many years ago, and I was filming 2 Bollywood films, and I was really looking forward to going with this friend because she's got so much experience with India, but also just the energy wasn't right, and also I realized it was a monsoon season, so I decided to let that go. But the Australia thing was just a hell yes, because I used to live in Bondi for 2.5 years over that time in 2020, around then, 2019 to 2022. And it was just, my soul felt like it was home. My heart expands. My heart always expands when I think about that place, and I think about dogs. Those are the 2 key things in my life. Maybe it says a lot about me. So that to me was just a hell yes. And I'm still deciding like what I link on before, what I link on after. I'm just going for 2 months. I'm coming back because I've got a family holiday in October. It's important to me. But I'm letting my apartment go. I'm letting it go. And I can sense that there's like a bit of fear for those people around me, which I fully understand. And look, I have a bit too. There's that scarcity feeling that, well, can you find somewhere as good as this? It's a fantastic apartment with amazing views. And there's always that feeling like, well, will it be as good? Will you have something as good? Will it serve you? It's that feeling of like just staying where you are, staying put because that's working. But really, I don't think this is working for me because I'm in this energy and people around me who have very busy lives. They prioritize their work and their family. And I understand that. And so I am here, but I'm not really here, you know? You just have this feeling. And as scary as it can feel, I'm in my 40s. I wasn't expecting this for my life, to not have a settled home life as such. I wasn't expecting that. I've been in the UK now for 3 years, so I have been here for a good few years, but like it is kind of a pattern for me every 3 years, and that's fine. And it's like embracing who you are rather than having to fit in with what everyone else does and how everyone else is. And look, it's hard sometimes and it can be expensive, buying and selling furniture all the time. But anyway, like it just reminded me of two things. Well, it reminded me of a lot of things, but one is that real trust and tuning in with what feels good. But more importantly, it just reminded me of the importance of my meditation practice. And I swear to you, even if you just do 3 minutes a day, but you do that every day, the difference in your life is just incredible. The difference in my life. So, for example, it allows me to trust myself, trust my decisions, trust my inner thoughts, my inner feelings, not the crazy busy thoughts, but that intuition, that guided, quiet stillness voice. It allows me to trust that. It allows me to connect with that higher frequency, that higher energy, and trust that everything's working out perfectly for me. And even if something doesn't work out perfectly, then it will show up as being the perfect thing in the end, It also allows me to see and perceive things differently. It allows me to have and receive more opportunities. For example, I am doing right now a meditation that you do every single day, and it says day 90 is when you really feel and see and experience the results. I'm probably halfway through, and it's called a meditation for wealth and opportunity. I'm also doing meditation to clear addictive thoughts, so that just prevents you from being in that habitual, in that deep groove way of thinking and being and believing and perceiving. So all these little things that add up, that mean that opportunities come your way. So I'm excited, but there's definitely a bit of nervousness, but also it's just, you have to just grab things when they come your way. If it feels good, if it feels right, just take it. Try not to overthink. Try not to be in that scarcity. Try and be in that what if rather than, what if. Connect into the possibility as a frequency. One of my mantras is throw things left field. I'm always open to things just left field. I love change. I thrive on change, and I thrive on something being just completely different. The other thing that happened this week is there's been a big tragedy in the news, and a lot of people lost their lives, but there was somebody that I knew that lost their life. And I haven't seen this guy for years. We danced together years ago. And honestly, I can't even remember which dance contracts we did together. But when I think about him, I just remember the feeling of him. And I think it feels close because he, as a studio owner like myself, he'd gone to India to do a retreat, and I was just speaking to my friend about going to India and things. But this person had, how I remember him, obviously, like I say, I've not seen him for probably 15 years, but just like this incredible energy, it just solidifies that feeling of you need to do the things that feel good and feel right. And there's always going to be little bits of guilt towards family that you leave behind. But hey, I'm only going for 2 months, and we all know that I'll come back and then I'll go back again and it'll be longer. But yeah, it's just a real reminder. You really do have to do the things that you want to do, even if it is a bit scary. And just know that maybe the reason why it's a bit scary is because it does mean something to you. And actually, maybe it's a bit scary because you've been conditioned to believe certain things are scary, like not having a definite address, for example. So yeah, it's been a bit of a different one this week. I'm also going to just share with you this because it might be beneficial for you. And maybe I'll do this next Wednesday. So every Wednesday I post a Kundalini yoga meditation. So I think I might do this for next Wednesday. But there's a beautiful mantra in Kundalini yoga. Kundalini yoga follows the Sikh lineage. And the mantra is Akal. And it's something that we chant when people pass, and it helps them pass through. You can even just chant it 3 times, or you can chant it for a longer time. But simply, you can just sit up nice and straight, close the eyes down. I'd say bring the hands into prayer, but you don't have to, but I think that's nice to do. Close the eyes down. You can bring the eye gaze to the third eye and take a big deep inhale. Exhale. And then we'll just chant this 3 times. Akal. 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 We can bow our head down. So thank you for tuning into this week's video. I'm off on holiday for the next couple of weeks, but I will probably pre-record some things to share with you all. So I hope to see you next Wednesday for meditation and next Thursday for a check-in and a tune-in and a catch-up. Yeah, see you soon. Bye.